My name is Stacy and this is Fox Den Academy. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. We'd love to have you. In today's video, we are talking about our 7th and 8th graders curriculum. Yep, that's right, they're together. Why? Because they're doing mostly all of the same subjects together. So they will have the benefit of having each other to work with. All right, so in today's video, we've got lots to cover. So let's get to it. All right, so for our first subject, we're going to be talking about language arts. Now, language arts covers lots of different things, and we're going to cover lots of different things. All right, with language arts, I'm a little bit nervous this year because I'm not sure how it's going to go. We've picked a new curriculum for this year, and I'm a little scared. So this year, we are going to be using Michael Clay Thompson. Now, this is the Grammar Island version. I bought this for my rising 4th grader, and as I'm going through it, I'm wondering if I shouldn't just start here for my 7th and 8th grader as well. Originally, I planned on using the second level of this curriculum, the Caesar's English 1, but I'm not sure what I want to do. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to see how it goes. We did start some of Grammar Island at the end of last school year, at the very end, because I wanted to kind of see how it would go, and I wanted to kind of take a look at how they would do with it so far. So far, I do think that they're still learning some things, so I think there is value in this. Now, I bet you're wondering, if I'm doing this with my 7th grader, my 8th grader, and my 4th grader, why was this not in my family subject video, right? Because I'm not going to do this together as a family. I know, I'm insane, right? I have all 3 kids doing the same curriculum, but I'm not doing it together as a family. There's a really good reason for that. So my 2 older kids, they're 12 and they're 14. And this curriculum is very whimsical. It's very written to younger students. So in order to allow my 4th grader to get the full whimsy of this curriculum, I've got to do it separate. I tried doing it all together at the end of last year, and my 14-year-old was kind of poo-pooing on the whimsy of it all. My 4th grader was eating it up. She thought it was the best thing ever, but my 14-year-old thought that, well, it wasn't so much fun. So he just wanted to, he's very stick with the facts, ma'am, and he just wanted to get through the curriculum. Whereas we loved, my 4th grader and I, going through all of those different whimsy, very fun things throughout this curriculum. He just wants the facts. So I'm going to be approaching this very differently for my older children as I am my younger child. So I've decided to split them up. So we're going to be working through these at different times, but yet doing the same curriculum so that she can enjoy the wonder and splendor that is Michael Clay Thompson in all of its glory. And my older 2 can get the nuts and bolts version of it as we get through this and move on to level 2. So that's my plan. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue this way or if I'm going to just do a bit of it and move up to level 2. I'm not sure. We're going to have to kind of see how that goes. So for Michael Clay Thompson, they start out with Grammar Island, and we do have the teacher's version and the student's version. And then they will also do building language, which is their vocabulary curriculum. I did want to start here because I love how Michael Clay Thompson does his vocabulary. He teaches word roots, and they learn the definition of many different words throughout word roots. And then he also does a much higher level of vocabulary that maybe don't use word parts as part of his learning plan as well. So I've got this, and I've got the student version of that as well. We also have Sentence Island. Now, I'm not sure how much we're going to do Sentence Island since both of my kids are doing they're writing full papers at this point. So I'm not sure how much of Sentence Island I'm going to get through with them. This really talks about parts of the sentence and that kind of thing. So I may do it with them, but just do an abbreviated version of it. And then they will be doing the Practice Island. This is going to be really important. I love how Michael Clay Thompson puts his sentence structures together, how they identify each part of the sentence, or each word type, each part of the sentence, and then they do all 4 different types of the sentence, different parts, the parts of speech, the parts of the sentence, the phrases and the clauses. I really like this idea. I never learned this in public school growing up, so I would really like them to have an excellent grasp on this as they get older. And I may or may not, I'm really not sure about this, I may or may not do the poetry level with them on this level. We may wait and just do it in level 2, depending upon how quickly I want to move them up to level 2. The other part of the island level with Michael Clay Thompson is the stories, the little Mud Trilogy stories. I probably will not do these with my older children. I will probably do them with my 4th grader because they're more on that 4th grade level, and my older 2 really need more to kind of keep them satiated and really learning and growing in their literature. The other thing that we will be doing for language arts is our writing curriculum. This is why I said we probably won't do Sentence Island or won't get into a lot of writing with Sentence Island, and that is because we are going to be using the modern world history-based writing lessons for our 8th grader and 7th grader this next year. Now, we've already talked in our family curriculum for history that we will be doing the story of the world. I have a bunch of stuff on top of it. We will be doing the modern history level of story of the world. So I went ahead and bought the modern world history writing lessons to go along with this curriculum as well. So that is what they will be doing for our language arts for this year. I will also be adding in some literature as well. I've got my planning sheets here. I've got many books written out that I want the kids all to read, but I haven't chosen exactly which ones we're going to be doing. And I'm also going to allow the kids to pick some of the books that they also want to read as well with their time to read. All right, so let's talk about math. Math for my 7th and 8th grader is through Matthew C. Now we're going to continue with Matthew C just like we did last year, and we are going to just continue the kids exactly where they left off this past year. Now our 8th grader, let me grab his math. Our 8th grader is working in the Delta level. Yep, my friends, we're meeting him right where he is, and that's in the Delta level. He has worked so hard to get all the way through AIM, which is the remedial curriculum for addition and subtraction. He did all of multiplication and gamma last year, and he's about halfway through this Delta book as well. I want to say he is in lesson, I think it's 12 or 13 now. 13 he's in right now. So there's 30, so he's almost halfway through. Once he completes that, we will be moving into epsilon with him. Now, he is pretty good at fractions, so hopefully he will move quickly through this book. So he will be doing delta and then epsilon next year with Matthew C. For my 7th grader, we're also meeting her exactly where she is with math. So she is finishing up the Zeta level. She has just about completed this. I think she's on lesson 25 or so out of 30. So we've got a few lessons to complete with this. And then she is moving into pre-algebra for her 7th grade year. So she's going to complete pre-algebra through her 7th grade year and then hopefully make it into algebra for 8th grade. That is our plan. All right, that's their math. Science. For science this year, we are going to have both of them doing the same curriculum. They will be doing general science through Apologia. This is a big, thick book, and I'm a little worried. But hopefully they can get through it together. So my plan for this is to assign some of the reading to them every day. They can read together, they can read independently, whatever works for them. And then also assign some of, oh no, my book has gotten damaged. So it hasn't even made it to the first day of school and it's already, all tore up. Oh well, that's life, right? So here is the student notebook that they'll be working through. This thing is a beast. We will not be doing everything in the student notebook, just like we didn't do everything in the student notebook last time. But I like how this is set up because it is the middle school grades. So it's more geared toward that middle school do a study guide, get ready for the test, kind of thing. It also teaches them how to write lab reports, which is going to be really, really helpful for them in their high school science curriculum as well. So they will be working through this. I will be on standby if they have any questions or need any help with anything. I may pick a day where we just do experiments and do it that way so that they're not trying to coordinate experiments independently, and we can work together on that as well. That will be their science for this year. Let's talk about another curriculum that really doesn't fit neatly into any of the little categories that we use for our curriculum, but I think it's really important that we're going to sprinkle in every now and again, the basics of critical thinking. I think critical thinking is so important, and it's so important to understand logic and fallacies of logic, and to really understand how to get your point across and to think critically and to problem solve. So we are going to be working through some of these basics of critical thinking as well. I think all 3 of my kids will get these just to kind of do whenever they get an opportunity to throughout their week. They can choose when they want to complete that. It'll just be on their list of things to do for the week. All right, so let's talk about history a little bit. We did talk about history in the family subjects. And I told you that I was kind of pulling together a bunch of different curriculum to make sure that my kids are well-rounded in their history. Now, hear me out before you think I'm totally crazy with this. I might be totally crazy with this. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes. All right, so I talked in our family subjects video, sorry if I just hit the camera, about our spine is going to be our story of the world. This is what we're going to do together as a family. So we will be doing this together as a family. Now, I don't feel that story of the world is rigorous enough to meet that middle school, beginning high school kind of level, okay? I'm worried that it's just not enough. So they're going to get through this. We're going to do this as a family just like we did last year, and we're going to learn as much as we can from this. Now, because we're also hitting American history throughout Volume 3, we're going to be doing America's history as a read aloud. Now, originally I bought this for my 4th grader, and I was only planning on using it for my 4th grader, but I thought, why not? If we're going to be reading it aloud together anyway, why not just include my 8th and 7th grader in it and let them also get a really good feel for American history and what happened and why it happened. I think that's extremely important for our kids to know. The other thing that we're going to do, and no, we're not going to do all of this, so hear me out. We are going to sprinkle in some mystery of history. I know, I'm insane, aren't I? I think I'm even insane. But what I would like to do is when I see that story of the world just isn't quite delving in enough to a topic, I'm going to refer them to this to also read the parallel curriculum in this text as well. Now I understand, and I didn't understand this when I first bought it, but I do now. Apparently, the years don't sync up between these two. So this one goes from like 1600 to 1850, and this one goes from like 1450 to like 17 something like that. So I am at the end of the year going to have to get the Volume 4 of Mystery of History so that I can finish up with this. Yeah. Not wonderfully thrilled about that. I really wish these two would have worked together. I'm just kidding. I know that they have nothing to do with each other. So I'm going to have to get the 4th volume of this, but we're going to start out with just the 3rd volume and really just kind of supplement what's going on with this curriculum. I do like the fact that there is a lot of middle school and high school activities and read aloud suggestions in the curriculum guide or the activity guide for Mystery of History, and I plan on using some of that as well to go along with this and with Story of the World. So it's just going to be kind of an enmeshment of 3 different kinds of curriculum for them this year, because I want to get the most out of what I can learning about their heritage, their history, and really the history of America, which is so important that our kids understand. Awesome. All right, I'm trying to think if I've missed anything. I don't think I have. I think that is all of our curriculum. Now, mind you, we are doing some curriculum classes. Both of our 7th and 8th grader are going to be joining the beginning band at co-op. So they're going to be in the band as far as that goes. My 8th grader is going to be doing martial arts this year, and he's also continuing in trail life, which is like Christian Boy Scouts. Our 7th grader is going to be doing, hopefully, volleyball. She really wants to do volleyball. She's going to be trying out for the team. I'm not sure that she'll make it, but, all we can do is pray and hope, and, hopefully she gets there. And she also is doing American Heritage Girls, which is like Christian Girl Scouts. So she is joining the teen group of that, and we're super excited about that as well. I know there's more things that they're going to want to do and end up doing, and all sorts of fun. Oh, Spanish. They are doing Spanish. I almost forgot. They're going to be doing an online Spanish class through the OutSchool program. They're going to have an OutSchool tutor that they're going to be working with to do Spanish. So their other elective this year is going to be Spanish along with band. They're both doing the same thing because that's what they picked. And then they're both going to have a PE as well that they do, and their American Heritage Girl or Trail Life group. I'm exhausted just talking about it. How do you guys feel? I think we're going to have a great year. I think we're going to have a blast, and I can't wait to take you guys along with us through the journey. I'll let you guys know how Michael Clay Thompson comes out, and I'll let you know how our history is going as we're kind of meshing all 3 of these curriculums together. Pray for me. I'm going to need it. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Can't wait to see you later. All right, guys, don't forget, like and subscribe. We're trying to grow our channel. I really appreciate it, guys. Have a good one. Bye.